In this next step, what we're going to do is deal with a change in requirements. So right now we have a page that renders output in a particular way for a default web page. But let's say we also want to render the page in a printer-friendly way. Now the code that deals with this template, if we scroll up here to our page class, is the page theme method. And if we wanted to switch to a printable theme, we could do so in a number of different ways. We could, for example, create a function inside of this page class called printed_theme and add some particular CSS there to make it more printable. Or we could take a few other approaches, and we're going to explore several. The first method that we'll cover involves taking this class, this page class, and extending it and actually overriding this theme method. So this is called inheritance. It's where we can take an existing class, inherit all of the properties and the methods from it, and then either add additional properties or methods or override existing ones. This is a really powerful technique in object-oriented programming, and we'll talk more about why in just a moment. But first, let's see it in action. So jump back to your resource pack directory and open up the 7th step, which is called extending a class.step. Copy the entire code and paste it over the code in your index.php file and save it. All right, let's see this in action really quick. So we have our index.php file, and now if we add a print equals 1 to the query string and hit enter and take a look at that, you'll see that we have a bit of different formatting. It's nothing fancy. And then we have a difference in the title. It now says for print. So let's take a look at how we're implementing this. I'm going to jump back to the editor. So let's take a look at where this is happening. So we've added the code in our controller. So inside of our contact us page method, inside of the contact us controller, we check to see if the print variable is set in the query string. If it is, what we're going to do is grab an instance of the printed page class, which we haven't had before. Otherwise, we're going to grab an instance of the page class. And notice that we're assigning both to the page variable. And then regardless of which one that we're using, we're going to use the build method on the page object and return the output from the theme method here. So now let's take a look at this printed page. We'll scroll up until we get to page. So here's page, and nothing is different about it, but then below that we have our printed page. I'll scroll down. This is a lot smaller, and you can see when we define the class that we also add the extends keyword and add the page class to it. So when we use extends, it means that this new class that we're creating adopts all of the methods and properties of the page class. So if we didn't do anything inside of this class, then the printed page class would be identical to the page class. But what we're doing in here is overriding the theme function. So we can do a couple of different things when we extend an existing class. We can add new properties, we can add new methods, or we can override either of those. So in this case, if we scroll up just a little bit so we can see the other theme function, so this is the theme function in the page class, we're overriding this with this. And you can see that we add the for print in the title, and then we add some CSS in a div around the output in the body. Just a couple of minor changes to make it clear when the difference happens in the browser.